Alright, this here is Minecraft 1.2.5, and I've been playing this for years, same game, but I keep multiple copies of the saves, so this way if I screw up, I can just go back to a different time before I made that screw up. What you see here, this is my spawn point, which would have been right here, actually. And since the time I've spawned, I have since secured my spawn area. And I keep a little bit of stuff here in case I die. Don't have enough redstone, I would like to have more redstone over here, but it's alright. I got some coal to fuel my airship. That's an airship. Put them together. I have that mod. It's not part of Better Than Wolves, although it would have been nice. Here, of course, I have a door to go out, which is kind of nice. And if I don't go all the way out, I can slip back in. And the same thing over here. So this way I can approach this area on foot if I had to. Getting in, I can't quite do that yet. I want to put an obsidian pressure plate down in front of those doors, but I keep forgetting to get around to doing that. Anyway, this here is pretty simplistic. Looks very Minecrafty. I know. But now let's go home. Which way am I going, George? Which way am I going? Yeah, these airships, they have a little inventory for them. I could also put in arrows so I could shoot at things, because there's pirates. I think the pirates come with the mod. The pirates don't usually shoot back, but they distract my clones when I'm out hunting, and it's kind of hard to collect meat or kill mobs when your clones are running off chasing a balloon that they're not going to catch. Okay, little zombie. Now I do use a lot of glowstone because it's easier on my system to have glowstone instead of a whole bunch of torches. And this here is my backyard, actually. The whole area is set up for mobs because I used to do farming for food and that. Now I have warehouses full of food. This here, that square up ahead, I can land here. This here's a new addition for me. I saw in a video by Batase that he had these holes in the ground with wooden walls, and he had trapped cows and whatnot. I think he had them all separated, I forget. But I was like, gee, I'll do that. So I originally did this in dirt, and then I had my builder from the Mine Colony mod, which is what those buildings here are all about. This is Mine Colony. You have the baker who bakes your bread. You have the colonist who will either do the work or go around killing stuff for you. Like those chickens. If the chickens were within reach, they'd kill them and collect the meat, and they bring the meat back to their chest, and I can collect it. Oh, goodness grief, this guy's been busy. Been killing my stuff, man. Now, sheep meat is, it's another mod where you get the meat from the sheep. And I like it because that's my player food. And then I can save the rest of the food for my clones. The only problem is I've accumulated so much food that, I'm like, I want somebody else to feed, you know. Anyway, this is the builder's building. That's the builder's chest. He doesn't have anything in it. There is a setting where you can give him unlimited resources, so you don't have to keep collecting stuff to make a structure like that hole in the ground with all that smooth stone. Instead of me getting all that smooth stone together, giving it to the builder, yeah, he gets his own. So this here is another citizen hut in case I wanted more. I used to have more houses out there, but as time went on, I no longer needed all those people to be running around helping me collect food. And I was using them before I started using the My People mod, also known as Clone Tech. And these villagers or citizens, they'll go around, they'll kill the animals, and I've also got them set that if a skeleton or a zombie gets too close to them in the daytime, when they're out and about, that even a spider, they'll kick his butt. So, yeah, I mean, it was pretty helpful. Then I found the Clone Tech My People mod, and they're really helpful. They'll hunt stuff for me. They'll pick stuff up for me. They got a little bit of a character to them. So, but they're usually pretty good. They'll help me mine. They help me collect wood, etc. Whereas the villagers really don't do that. They won't help me mine. They won't help me collect wood. And when you see my house, well, you see how I covered the spawn point. Well, that wall alone took a handful of wood. It used to be bigger in terms of length, but I've shortened that wall up. But as you can see from my house, which is my fortress, let me get the airship so I can go up. I used a lot of resources. Yeah, that wall used to go all the way down, but I've changed that. Here in the snow biome, there's not much for wood, so I had to raise my own trees, and that actually affected the global warming situation for the biome, because I raised quite a few trees, and it did not like it. All right, let me see if I can... I want to back up, try to get a decent picture here. Okay. All right, all the way up here, with the torches still on it, dang it. That is a mob spawner. It's a dark room, 26 blocks up, that where mobs can spawn, and if they move around, usually when I'm close enough, I have to be within 40 blocks of them. And if they start moving around and fall into the water that's up there, the water will push them down a hole, and they'll land in my living room. Very convenient. Now this here started out, it was 2 mountains. And after my first world, I was blown up by a creeper where I had actually spawned in the jungle, and I was so happy. I had apples and wood, and I dug in, and my first time out going after wood, to get more wood to improve my little dugout, I was on my way back and a creeper caught me. So I rage quit that world, and because I did so much little work in that dugout, or at least to me, I thought it was a lot. Today, that's not a lot. But anyway, I watched Minecraft videos, and mind you, this is over 10 years ago, and I think it was somebody that was a developer in the game or somebody associated with the company had made a video of how to get started in Minecraft. And I followed the instructions. So after I spawned, I marked my area with a stack of dirt, and then I raced for the nearest mountain and dug myself in. Here you see I have, let me turn the ship a little bit. No, turn the ship. There we go. I have some water wheels going down there. One's for my hopper to process ground netherrack. The other one is my saw. And of course I have the hemp farm going outside. I've got some indoor hemp farms too. My first hemp farm was actually an indoor hemp farm that I started because I had seen it in a video. The guy's like, hey, look, and his partner's like, dude, you're growing weed. So anyway, this part right here with the iron door, not on the left there, on the right here, surrounded by the stuff. This here was actually the beginning of my fortress. This section right here was this was a mountain, and I dug off all the dirt and all that and dressed it up. But that was how I started. I started in what's now that metal gate. I dug in, and I started creating my fortress there. Then eventually I tunneled over and took over the next mountain. And these airships, as you can see, did quite a bit of work. Today for wood, I have a stand of trees out back, but they're far enough away from the heat of the fortress with all the glowstone and that it doesn't contribute to global warming. And I have greenhouses here that I had built up. On the right, that's my warehouse. That's where I store food. I'm trying to land. Got to get to the landing pad. This particular airship, this is its landing pad over here. Yeah, I'm 56 years old. I drive like a ninny. Right there. Alright, I'm going to switch that out. Now, in my inventory, in my inventory, I keep an airship. I tried to make a whole bunch of them and keep them around because... Can I take... Yeah, I'll take that. Because they're very useful. It's a little faster to move around when I want to get someplace. That light goes off when things are on. This is the main mechanical power that powers my turntable, my kiln, and downstairs I have a crucible and stew pot. Well, modernly they call them cauldrons, but when this version came out, it was a stew pot. fact, let me turn on the table here. These grates are here, so when the balls of clay bounce off and miss me, they'll hit the grate and bounce back at me, or just hit the grate. Let's turn that on for a second. And when I turn on this, the light goes off. And we'll just show you one time what we got here. I seen Batose had put a piston behind his stuff, and it's so much easier than trying to dig stuff out, which I did long before I saw his video, then realized, hey, that's a piston. I got a piston. Sorry about that. I had cancer treatment, which years ago, I had the radiation scars take forever to heal. And then on top of that, I'm just getting old. But anyway, you'll see what the piston does. This actually makes doing the turntable pottery more fun. And we're going to go to an urn. Very easy. And, of course, nothing got behind me. I'm standing pretty close. But I have the hopper there, just in case. And the grate, just in case. I usually stand back here. So it doesn't matter. Anyway. Let's put that there. Let's put that in there. Now over here, turn this on. That's what the lights are for, is to remind me to turn stuff off. In this version of the Better Than Wolves, we have gearbox power drains. So it's better to turn things off when I'm not using them. Now here, that light comes on. It's funny. With the gearboxes, the light comes on when they're off. But with the fires, and not just this fire, other fires I have, the light goes on when I light the fire. What the hell? You know. Anyway, I have 3 hibachi underneath of this. And of course the piston, because sometimes, even when I'm standing close, the item doesn't jump to me. Sometimes it will jump backwards or just sit there. And that's what the come to me switch with the piston is for. Hey, I think I broke something. I did. I broke something. Okay, but to fix it, how do I fix it? Where the heck am I going? Oh, well, while I'm down here. This here is my crucible and my stew pot, stoked pot. I got the bellows for it. I have that switch so this way I could shut down. Yeah, the main power's. See, my bellows here is working. But when I want to use the crucible, I flip that switch, and this bellows will start working too. I can't turn off that bellows by itself because Dum Me locked them both to the same gearbox. So, but it was a nice thought. Let me turn off the main power while I'm at it. I gotta fix that piston. Where do I fix that piston? I did, this here actually was skinnier last week. I did some work since then. piston I'm looking for would be... There. Ah! Oh, that was... okay. Right. I need the block right there. Like that. That's how that block got there. That block's in the wrong place. Okay. I'll fix it. Anyway, this here's my living room. Got my little display cases. The mod that does that is called the shelf. It's like 3 pieces of whatever, and you get a shelf. I think it does stone, obsidian, etc. I'm not sure. I haven't used anything for it except the wood. I've only used the wood for that. Oh no, I've used stone. I didn't realize that. That's not what I want. This here is the My People mod. That's one of my clones. And as a clone, he has the same privileges as a player. So he could step on an obsidian pressure plate and activate it, just like a player can, even though they're only meant for the players. My clones can activate them. Experience points and other items to pick up, the clones will compete with me to get them. So these guys probably got like 100 and something points, or level whatever, and I've got 31. So what am I looking for? I'm going to need some stone to replace that. I keep brick blocks up here next to my diamonds. I got diamonds! Just a few. Brick blocks. I think I only need 1, but I'll take 2. And I want to go straight up to the kiln. I did want to put in a elevator, but like everything else, my first reaction to something like that is, okay, that's in the wrong spot. Put that back there. Put that there. Button. Ta-da! Okay, it's all fixed. But I keep that glass there to watch the bellows, because if there's a power drain or the scripts for the water wheels gets confused because I have the mills going downstairs or whatever, the first one to rat things out is usually the bellows. So I do keep an eye on my bellows. But as you've seen, I just fixed the, where am I going? I just fixed that piston real quick. That was an easy fix. Just a button with a piece of redstone. All because I put a block in the wrong place. And I knew it, too. Let me see. I still got this extra. This is another thing. Most of the time when you put redstone next to each other, it will try to connect itself. But with the redstone repeater right there, everything stays everything. And all 3 of them light up. The trick is to use the repeater settings. So this way it doesn't try to light up all at the same time. Otherwise, it's not good for your system. I don't know why it does this. It acts like I just sank somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, it acts like I just sank in a hole when I go in over here. I don't know why. That's not the first time it's done that either. Okay. Over here, that's fine. I'll just put that right there. Yeah. Okay, now I got these blocks to use. Yep. There we go. And this will take me right back down to my living room where I can put this in the oven, make it smooth stone, and I can put the stone back. This is the exit for that mob trap upstairs, and I expanded that. The hole used to be smaller, but I went up there because I was hearing spiders. And I was like, gee, I've never gotten string from these spiders. Why? And so I went into the room, and I'm like, oh, the spiders are too big for my water. So I increased the size of the water to 2 blocks wide, and I made the hole a bit bigger to accommodate a spider or two at the same time. And they fall down onto the hoppers where they generally die. This was my second front door, and I have the switches for if I want them to stay open, such as when I'm out here with clones and I'm doing something, like when I was installing those water wheels. Dude. Like when I was installing these water wheels, I was out here with a clone, so I had the door open. There's a clone inside the living room, so I don't. Plus my iron golems, I don't worry about mobs going in my house. But these water wheels power the saw and the powered hopper. The powered hopper. Oh, that's not a bad picture right there. The chest contains ground netherrack. That moss stone looking thing is a block dispenser. It dispenses the urns, which when I'm using the hopper, it turns it into a soul urn. And the switch reloads the block dispenser. So this way I hit the switch and the block dispenser will throw out another urn. So it's pretty good. This here little monument is actually a hole for a cave system that goes into a ravine. And I fell into this by accident years ago. So I destroyed the mob room that was in there, took the rocks and made a little monument for them because they're dead. And since then, I actually have, being as this was originally a mining operation, I have a shaft that goes down. I've since decorated it and put in lights, etc. It's guarded by a snow golem, but I have this shaft that goes down into the ravine that the hole under here connects to. But yeah, I'm not worried about mobs. I never really worry about mobs. I see a lot of people playing Better Than Wolves in creative mode, and I don't like that idea. To do all that work in creative mode, instead of going out, getting your supplies, equipment, wood, etc., I'd rather do all that. These here lanterns were, I had the idea that when I turn on the centrifuge, it would light up the lantern. Apparently it doesn't. This is part of the My People mod. You get test tubes, you get needles, and clones that you see running around here. And you can make eggs for creatures, animals, and yourself. But you could also do the same thing with the mob port. When I got the Better Than Wolves, the mob port mod was recommended. And with that, you can smack a creature or an animal with this string lasso thing, and it will turn it into an egg, and so you have eggs. I actually use the clones to do that to the wolves. I do not tame wolves. I did that for a while, but just like the ocelots turned into cats, the wolves turned into dogs, got annoying. Because you got to feed them. If you don't feed them, they go feral, and that was just not for me. So it was too distracting, because at the time I was trying to build my sky bridge, and my sky bridge is the result of getting lost. I was exploring, I got lost, and I had a lot of wood because I was in like a jungle swamp thing, but between me and the house was a desert before I hit trees and that again. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to battle all the things that can spawn out here with wooden tools or whatever, and actually make it back. What am I going to do? Tell a zombie to stand still while I craft a sword? So I got this idea. Since I dug in, I started mining, and I got this idea to make a sky bridge. So I did. The house that I built and the other end of the sky bridge that I started with is long gone. I deleted those chunks because I rarely go there. There's no point to having them. But the majority of the sky bridge still exists, and this here is just this end where I got kind of elaborate with it. And the reason I put up the glass in that was because of Enderman. And I saw Enderman, but there was something mentioned about Endermen don't react if you see them through glass. So I put up the glass because I was seeing a lot of Endermen down there. They don't come anymore. Oh, bastards kept stealing stuff. And, but, yeah. They killed Grandma. Back in the days, before I had the backyard sorted out, Grandma was playing the game, and she went outside, and the Enderman attacked her. She's like, oh, what's this? What's this creature? And, yeah, they kicked her butt. Anyway, so yeah, I installed the glass because they said the Enderman didn't react when you see them through glass. But like I said, they don't. I mean, they still come around, but not like they used to. They used to come 4 to 8, and they would be trying to steal my blocks and stuff. And nowadays, they leave me alone. There was a mod called Enderman No Pickup Blocks, but that mod replaces the Ender Pearls with diamonds. And it doesn't say that it does that. So I was very upset when I realized my clones were not coming back with Ender Pearls. And so I spent a couple of days trying to hunt down the mod and figure out how I could remove the one in my jar and replace the the class files, etc., that I needed to replace. See, now these here citizens, they're walking around, they're exploring, but if they encounter an animal or maybe a spider, they'll kill it and bring back whatever items that they can collect and put it in their chest. They can go through those gates up there, but there's no gravel for a road, so they're not really inclined to go up there. I did once try to get them to do...
I'll get to build it again?
To use my sky bridge as a connection between Midway and here, but they won't use it. So... Now, mind you, my backyard is kind of secured, kind of, but I still have mobs that spawn in here. And what I'm thinking of, I wanted an obsidian pressure plate for something. I don't remember where I wanted it. But here, I just opened up all this area. Put in a skylight. And down here, this is all part of what used to be my mining operation. It's another entrance down here. There's all my black wool. What's up, dudes? What are you doing? And this is as far as I got with this, to this here point here. The golems like to go down here and guard it for some reason. I don't know. But the iron golems, what was that, 3, 4? Didn't realize I had 4 of them. This here door here goes down to that ravine I was talking about. Yeah. So I've been down there, both alone and with my clones, and I had to be careful with the clones because they don't understand lava, like an iron golem doesn't understand water. And I got some mushrooms growing here. I don't have mycelium down here. I have mycelium up in the house for mushroom growing, but I'm not big on mushroom soup. I haven't had mushroom soup in quite a long time. Here's my guard. He guards down here. This one goes to the outdoors. I started work out here to touch this up and all that, but I never finished it because I was just mining back then. Yeah, I did start doing some mining down here and that, but I just let it go. I got these back up. It's like a dog that's always trying to get out the door. But when I got the My Colony mod, I was running around trying to sort things out and learn about them, and I did everything but take care of my house. These days I've been doing a lot of work around the house, and I'm quite happy with my house. And no, I don't edit my videos, so if I screw something up or I find something wrong, you'll know about it. This is my first indoor farm. The room actually was closed in. I've opened it up since. And I had the MineCraft, can I make one of those? I don't, oh no, I think I need water. But the MineCraft cauldron, from back in the days, that, I had that, and I don't know what it does. To me, it was like a toilet, so eventually I'm going to put another one in. I had one, I threw it away. But I'm going to put another one in for a water closet, you know, good old WC. And that's what the cauldron, the traditional cauldron for MineCraft will be good for, is a toilet. This is my indoor farm. These here are the glass lights. I'm not worried about whether or not this is cobblestone here. But, well, this is the setup. I have a bunch of these wooden blocks with the switch on top, activating the glass light, and that goes all the way down. But, yeah, I made that. That was my first indoor farm. Very modest. And then eventually I built the outdoor farm. And more recently, I installed the farm inside the greenhouses. There's the mycelium, or one of them. I have mycelium there, and out in the mushroom farm room. Turn that off. I have a room for a mushroom farm. I had to put a light on in there because zombies kept spawning in here. This year, those are craftable boxes. And what these guys do is it spawns the zombies. I have wolves down there. So when the zombies die, they'll collect the meat that'll make them poop. And there's hoppers under there to collect the dung. So it's a very lazy dung. I don't have to worry about being. And in here, I would plant mushrooms and let them grow. Mycelium allows mushrooms to grow in almost any light level. So that's, I don't worry about the light. Keep the light on to prevent the mob from spawning and still get my mushrooms. This is actually the gate where I learned that my clones can activate the obsidian pressure plates. This here room is for collecting stuff. Ooh, lots of gold. Yeah. In here I'll place a spawner for like pigmen or endermen. It depends on what I want. Like I wanted the gold, so I had pigmen in here earlier. And I bring in a couple of clones with me, and we just go to town killing stuff. Out here, I mean, stuff will even spawn or climb up on the roofs. But down here, I use this for spawning animals, so this way I can harvest food. There's my indoor farm. I don't have lights on all of the rows of. It's pretty narrow. I barely fit under there. And I had those those glowstone blocks. They're not for light. They're for little bridges to cross from one aisle to another. Except for up here. I didn't do anything up here. I just planted them and left them. And not all of these hemp things will grow for some reason. I still have a couple that just haven't grown. And it's been hours worth of playtime. And of course I grow melons. I have a bridge, don't I? Yeah, I do. Got my sugar cane, got my wheat, and in here, food! This here is the sheep meat for me. Then I got chicken and pork and beef and what the hell? I don't know why I had a blank sign sitting there. Yeah, but one side's pork, one side's beef. And then upstairs, I've got more. So yeah, not all of them are full because I only harvest when I need stuff. Like if I need the feathers or I need the leather. That's the only real reason. Other than that, I've got a bunch of food in my kitchen food chest that usually holds my clones. My clones are well stocked. I mean, look at this. This guy's got more food than I carry. But so I rarely have to feed them. These are my mills. And each mill, I can turn them on with the main power. And then, as you can't hear them because they're not on. This one. There you go. So if I want to use one or I want to use both, I have that option, and I don't have to listen to two of them going at the same time if I'm not using two of them. This is my saw. Left is on, right is off. And in other words, when that light goes off, that saw is going to kick my butt. And I've had my butt kicked by those saws. This is my spawn. I will place the egg for the clones here, turn on the switch, and in a day or so, I would have a little human that grows up like that within a few days, and I have them geared out already over here. And the same thing with my powered hopper. Yeah, I already have an urn loaded here. I keep urns in here. And what's in there? Oh, already got a solar. Forgot about that. And this is my ground netherite. Up is on, yes. I had to put the signs because I'm getting old. And I'll forget because a lot of these switches, they'll turn this way, they'll turn that way, like this one here. Which one, what, is that on or off? I don't friggin' know. So I'd actually have to sit there and do it and then put a sign that tells me what it is. I'll get my nose. This is my Better Than Wolf stuff. This is all extra gears and gearboxes, axles, ropes. I have my little display stuff here. This is the stuff to be used. Those buckets are for the water inside the thing. Batose has a room where he has a little setup of a room like this with his mill. And I said, well, I'm not going to devote a whole room. I don't have it like that. But with a little adjusting, I got this all set up, and it works fine. And I even had them, like I said, I even had them able to power on and off individually. That light is off, which means they still have power to it. This is my little display thing. I got my enchanted table. I wanted to make an infernal enchanted table. So I'm gonna work on it. A companion cube. I finally did that. And it was funny because I was like, really? You want me to put a wolf in front of the block dispenser? Okay. So I went out back. I made a pen and put down the block dispenser, some redstone, and I dropped a couple of eggs for spawning wolves, and I sucked them into the block dispenser, and yeah, I have a couple of these companion cubes. They haven't done anything. They just sit there, which is fine with me. I don't need them popping around. The buddy block. I was able to do the buddy block. And then, of course, I got slats. The lens, I just made the lens yesterday. And I was going down the list to see what in the list I was missing. And I was missing the lens. And what a lot of their recipes don't work for me because I've got like the original thing. I don't have kibble for my wolves. So I just gotta feed them raw meat or rotten flesh, whichever. And you know, I okay. That was that actually landed in a bucket. Not the trash bucket. It was just a coffee container that was open. It's there to catch water for my leeks. I got a lot of leeks. Anyway, yeah, but I do examples here. I've got the recipe for redstone, which is, you probably say, damn, that's old. And a lot of these recipes are. I actually had a screenshot what works and stick it in my texture file. They're not part of the texture pack, so if I go ahead and the texture block. So if I go ahead and throw up a canvas or whatever, I'm not going to get an image of for crafting. So, but the shelf, I like the shelf because it can display stuff, and like a chest, it can hold quite a few things. So I could get 64 of each item onto that shelf. So that's what, six slots extra that, and I can see them. Well, depending, like Better Than Wolves, some of their stuff, the textures don't match the item. So it's, or at least not in this version. But still, I mean, it's something. I can see that there's stuff in there. These are raw. Oh, here we go. Like here, I got little booties down here. Yeah, and the tallow is a feather. So this is potash. I don't really need those things, but to make the Infernal Enchanter, I'm going to need the tallow. I need at least 2 of them, I think, to make the candle. What is that? Oh, that's redstone. That's my outdoor hemp farm. I switched out the stone roof, the stone floor, with the glass to get more light into my chambers down there. And I don't really have to worry. Those glowstones will prevent mobs from spawning for like 9 blocks. So, plus I have 2 golems, and I don't really worry about mobs in here. But it wasn't always that way. I mean, back in the early days when I started playing, I would have creepers and zombies popping up, and in my original area, which I'm going to now. Imagine all this was a mine. Actually, there was that area up there used to be a waterway. The water from the lake outside would come down into that area, and I finally had to close that off and open it up. These stairs are old, but this is the original area where I came in and I started creating my little mine, my cubby hole, to hide from the hostiles while I eventually built things up. That's my original food chest. Which, as you can see, I did quite a bit of food back in those days. Of course, I had the shelf mod here with some trinkets. I did have a clone out here guarding the area, but with the more I opened up the house, raising roofs and widening paths, the freer that the iron golems are moving around. So I used to have snow golems out here, and well, actually they were confined out here, and that house had a solid roof. I've changed it to glass to get the light in here. But the reason for the opening is so this way the snow golems can fire their snowballs. It's kind of funny when they're standing there in front of the window shooting snowballs and hitting themselves. But yeah, the golems can fire their snowballs if they want, if the mob gets close enough. But they're not on the same level, so I don't know if anymore, because I've since leveled out and straightened out that area, so the mobs would be lower. I don't think the snow golems take into account trajectory. So let me put this down here to remind myself that I wanted to make a candle. And that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go make a candle. Yeah, that goes back out to the front yard. I have it double gated. I don't need it double gated, but if I don't double gate it, the spider can get through. So, which is kind of funny because up there is not double gated. But yeah, I mean, if a spider gets through over there, not here, over here in this corner, then where's he gonna go? You know? I have more spiders in the front than I do in the back, so it's not really an issue in the end. And besides that, I got Big Boy over here walking around. He'll deal with it. I need hemp fibers. Right. Well, I have a whole chest full of hemp fibers, but these are the filaments. 2 of these, I think. Ta-da! Okay, so that's how I make a candle. There's 2 tallow and hemp fiber. I have 2 of them. That's all I need. Oh, big boys. I actually have a mod called Better Villages, and out in the backyard at one point I had built some NPC houses because I wanted extra houses for my citizens that weren't very big. And next thing I knew, I went into the old side of the mine, and I was hit with a lot of lag. So while I was investigating, I found that the Better Villages mod had spawned a ton of villagers on me, and there was like 50 of them. And the iron golems out in the yard were protecting them, so I couldn't kill them. So what I did here was came back into the kitchen and got lava. I grabbed a couple of these. I took empty buckets. I went out there and I started dropping lava around, and I burned up the houses. Killed a bunch of the villagers with lava. Killed a couple of my golems too with the lava. But it was the easiest way to do it without having the golems attack me for killing the villagers. The villagers don't understand lava, and neither do the golems. And that's another thing with the water. If one of them fall into that water, they're just going to sit there and be annoying. The snow golems would destroy themselves. They're always suicidal too. I'm convinced that this version has suicidal snow golems. So, what was I thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of the Infernal Enchanter. The Infernal Enchanter... Spencer, where are you? This is the airship mod called Zeppelin. Not the airship mod. This is the Zeppelin mod. The airship mod is completely different. That's with the balloons. This here is a block that will connect to selected other blocks to create a craft. Like if you want to pick up an NPC house and move it somewhere, or you want to build a ship and then sail it over the seas, that's what these do. This one's for the airship. This one's for the nautical ship. That's for an elevator of some type. And a turntable, which I really don't need. I've got a turntable from Better Than Wolves. Oh. Give me that back. Okay. What am I looking for? String. I think it's smooth stone. Smooth stone. No. It's not. Okay. So what I want to do then, texture pack, E, F, G, H, Infernal Enchanter. Ah, Soul Forge Steel, 2 bones, 2 diamond. Okay, here you go, you can have that back. Oh. 2 bones. Arrows, bones. Diamonds I'm carrying. Soul Forge Steel is upstairs at the, that's what, if you want to get into the refined tools and making stuff with the Soul Forge Steel, or just plain making Soul Forge Steel, you become a slave to the pottery kiln, and to grind from the netherrack to make the soul urn, so this way you can get it done. The carbon is from grinding up coal. And here we go. Okay. Now let me see here. Oh, no, I need black candles. Black candles, which means black candles are ink sacs and candles. I remember that. Not like I make candles very much. This is actually the first time I made a candle. Alright, take them both. I'm gonna need more ink sacs. Let me see. There's 2 of these. 2 of these. Was I close? I forgot the diamonds. Okay. 2 diamonds? 2 diamonds. Okay. Infernal Enchanter. Ta-da! Okay. This is a note block. Not really useful. Ta-da! Okay, that worked. I didn't capitalize that, but okay. So I made something new. That was cool. I have to get more ink sacs, so I'm probably going to go out to my other base, which, well, another incident of getting lost, put me like halfway around the continent, and it's a good spot, but I set up a mine colony and my house and stuff. It's got some better than Wolves technology, but not a lot. It's mostly hibachis and water wheels. And just a second here, I'm trying to reach the... I forgot that the heater wasn't on. And it's starting to get cold in here. Okay, so I'll have to go out to that other place to get ink sacs because I have a squid spawner out there. Because for some reason I wanted squid out there. And I'll be going out to do that later. But I figured I wanted to show off my world. And I'm really proud of how things are coming out while I'm concentrating on my house and having the Better Than Wolves technology. Yeah, could use more fish, but we really don't eat a lot of fish. Not even the clones eat a lot of fish. But with the Better Than Wolves technology, there's always something new to try for me. It gives me something to use the resources. Those refined swords are nice. They last a while. But having all this stuff and knowing I could do things like Battlesay does, well, I have the technology, but I don't have the patience. Oh my God! I've got copies of his world saves, and just think of 3 or 4 levels worth of redstone, and I would not. There's no way I've got that kind of patience. Oh, speaking of redstone, I saw in one of his videos he was setting up a kiln. I think, yeah, it was a kiln. And while he was doing that, he set up these multiple hibachis. And I had tried to set up the hibachis myself like a week earlier, and I couldn't get the redstone right to power all of the hibachis. But watching his video, I got it. And as you can see, those redstone repeaters were the trick. He used a block. He had redstone, then a block, and that was powering some of his hibachis, while he used redstone to go around and power the others. I don't have the block. It was a good trick. It worked. Worked for me. But at the same time, this way, where it's straight redstone with the repeaters, worked a lot easier and faster, actually, I think. So yeah, I got that down, and it's a pretty cool thing. The whole thing is setting those repeaters so this way they're at different intervals. Like as I go around, it's 1, 2, 3. I think they only go to 3. I'm not sure, but each one is set for the delay, so this way the game engine doesn't try to light them all at the same time. I needed an obsidian pressure plate. And again, the light comes on when the fires go up. And there you go. So there was you didn't hear any stalling. You'll hear a stall when I shut them off. Yeah, see? They kind of stall when I shut them down. But they don't stall when I start them up. And that was an issue at first. I was like, man, what am I missing? Because I didn't. Oh. the hell I get an extra block from? That's okay. I keep extras in here. But I did the same thing over there, and I tried to keep it neat. You know, these trapdoors here, put that down so this way I could reach the pot from in here. Don't have to go outside. And the reason I would want to do that, to check the pots, is because this is where I've got the stuff going on. I'm not concerned with the mobs burning up and endangering my hoppers, because the water is right there, and where it doesn't quite reach because the spawner is there, I put down ice blocks, which I don't worry, if they melt, they melt, but I'm in the snow biome, so they're usually not going to melt. And you can see the hoppers have things in them, which is usually the dung, maybe a random brain, and whatever else they get. I had more dung, but I did some tanning earlier, so I used quite a bit of dung. What was I making? Oh, I was making armored plates with the straps and that for my tools. These here are wolf eggs, so when I actually do run out of wolves, because when the mobs are burning, the wolves take damage. So, or they get scorched by each other or the mobs, and they take damage, they eventually die. So, now and then I have to replenish the wolves. If I have to go in there, usually I'll send Hunter down there and tell him to kill off all the wolves, so this way I can work in peace, and then I'll just grab the eggs and spawn new ones. Now these windows, instead of checking, and the wolves will eat if they're hungry. So yeah, I got a good supply of rotten flesh here. You know, what the wolves don't eat, I just put in the chest for later and feed it to them later. But this is easier for me. I don't need a big operation with the craftable mob spawners. I could just spawn the mobs, let them die, and the wolves will make dung. Over in my other location, I have basically the same setup. This is a copy of that setup. Oops. This is a copy of that setup. I had scanned that part of the setup and then had my builder build it here. It wasn't perfect, so I had to adjust things manually. But yeah, I got it down. It almost looks factory. So I had a thing with pigs for a while, because when it was built, it trapped some pigs that were in the area, and so I randomly I'd run into I break a block and there's a pig hiding behind it. So, I did. It was fun. The reason I had the door is to go out there is because on the original version there are trap doors instead of on the side where I have them now down that level. They were up here on the roof for for dropping the meat down to feed the wolves. And I've switched that to down there, so this way I don't have to go out there in the middle of the night. Not that it bothers me. What bothers me is that I forget to close doors. And then my golems will try to get out. Or at least they did until I got those obsidian pressure plates. Which is funny. I never understood the difference between the pressure plates. Not in here. Hey, how much? 62. Okay. I never really understood the difference between pressure plates, wooden pressure plates and stone pressure plates. But with the introduction of the obsidian pressure plates, pressure plate, obsidian, of course, the obsidian plate is for the player. I don't know. That's not what I want. Where did I put it? I had a bunch of obsidian. Oh, it's in the chest where you keep it, dum-dum. And I already got pressure plates. Okay. The hell was I going to use it for? I forgot. Now, I do like my pressure plates on the inside. Oh, got some mobs falling down. Oops. Put one like the other. Okay. There we go. Okay, what was the other one? Did I have another reason to do that? I'll find it eventually. But yeah. And that's pretty much my house and my world for right now. And like I said, Minecraft 1.2.5. I purchased it. I purchased it because I saw the kids were playing Minecraft, and I wanted to see, what is it they're playing? What is this about? And so I purchased a copy. I paid $16, and it was refunded. But this is the copy I had all these years, and I just keep moving it from computer to computer. And I have to download the thing. This is originally where I started doing mushrooms, and I had it full of stone, but I've since replaced it with mycelium. But that's the original location where I did mushrooms. The gates are to keep the snow golems from going up there, because they're not very good for plants. You can see here, this guy, he's been there for days. Just sits there. These here, that here, the mod called Armor Stand, where I could take old armor and just stick it up there on these characters, and it just show pieces. That's all. So if I have some fancy armor, or if I really want to see what I look like, I could stick it on them. That's actually a picture right there, and I didn't know I had that picture, but I like it. So I'm gonna call that good for now. What the hell is that? That's a squid. But you can hear the lava because there's a lava flow behind my head. What the hell? That's a lot of cobblestone. Sometimes I go to war against cobblestone in my house. I did that. So next to the lava flow, which I love this, I love that. Building around it was interesting. But somewhere down there, there's a squid. Yeah, I love that lava flow. Because it's light, and in the early days, it saved me a lot because I could just take meat and throw it on it. And poof, I have cooked meat. And there's that's gunpowder. I don't have nitrate, which is in the more modern, Better Than Wolves versions. They have nitrate, and motherfucker, you shot me. It's not the first time. They always shoot me. They don't shoot the clones. They shoot me. Bastards. But, yeah, the nitrate, I think, is for preserving food and use it for blasting or something. I don't understand all the blasting, but... Oh! That reminds me. Yeah, I don't understand all the blasting, but... the nitrate is also used for preserving food, like making jerky and stuff. I would like to have that. Yeah, I would. Alright, what do I need? I'm going to need one of these. Come here. I found a use for you. It's morning time anyway. I mean, I have mobs that spawn out here in the back. Like zombies, I get a lot of zombies. But they're usually too far away from me by the time I come out here. They're enough blocks away from me that my going out about my business, you know, they'll be too far behind me to be a bother. And if they catch up, I got a friend. So yeah, I need, come on. I need sand, I need gravel. Bingo. And I'm gonna cheat. Finster. Hey. Sorry, dude. Let me get you up here. Ta-da! He's back. Okay, now... I think it was the the Crucible. I think. Let me look. Canvas. I don't have it. No, I did not take a Urban Craft. What does Urban Craft do? Yeah. Screw off, dude. The best ever texture pack is what I used, but I did modify it. I did modify it because at the time I knew what the hell I was doing. That was a long time ago. Alright, so I'm going to guess, because it's using a soul urn, Dude, you're blocking me. Because it's a solar, I'm going to guess that it's sand, gravel, solar. Okay, we got something going. We got something going. Oh! Not cool. Not cool, dude. Don't do that. Alright, so it was not the crucible. Not that either. Is it even in my version? See, that's the thing is, some of this stuff is not in my version. Turn that off. I was guessing. See, I do stuff like this all the time. Oh my God. Wiki. A, B, C, D, C, C, C. Cement bucket. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it doesn't say. Hey, we got something going. It doesn't say what pot to stick it in, but I knew it was a pot. Let's see what we mess up this time. Cement bucket! Yay! I created a cement bucket. Now, the thing is, if you release the cement bucket, it will spread 16 blocks in every direction. When it stops, it hardens into smooth stone. And I don't think I could put that down. I don't think I could put that bucket down without creating a catastrophe. But I'm going to stick that in here right now. But yeah, I think if I tried to put that down for a display piece, I'm going to create a catastrophe there. But it'll spread 16 blocks in every direction. It'll stop. It'll harden it to smooth stone, and then if you want to prevent it from hardening, like that hole, square hole I made out in the yard, if I wanted to do cement on the bottom of that and keep it liquid, I would power it with redstone. and it won't harden until I turn the power, the redstone power off. Can I see it from here? Yeah. Yeah, that square thing I've got going on out there. Yeah, like I said, this was originally, I seen it in Battlesay's video. It looks so nice. But I did it in dirt and then had my builder come in, scan it, and I edited the floor plan file so this way it's stone, and I had him rebuild it for me. So just make it nicer, smoother. Then when it's covered with stone, covered with snow, I like things when they're covered with snow. Ruff, ruff. That's the little doggy, and the little doggy really should not be running around out here, not in the backyard. So she must be cold. Hey. Somebody parked two ATVs right outside my window, and I didn't even notice. I must have been sleeping hard. But yeah, I like it when it's covered in the snow, you know. And like cats, it seems these mobs, not even the hostile mobs, can resist. I've watched the slime cubes jump into the hole in creative mode when I was doing it in creative mode so I could scan it and all that, and without tearing up my backyard. But the slime cubes are just jumping in there like crazy, and then when the mobs spawned in the creative mode world, the spiders were the only ones that weren't jumping in. Everybody else was trying to get in on the act. And I was like, dude, they're cats. So they can't resist going into a box. You know. But yeah, I mean, for the purpose here, I can have the chickens, and my citizens won't kill them because they're not line of sight. The citizens have a limit on their ability to recognize and attack the animals. It has to be line of sight, and they have to be close. They have to get right up to it. So if the creature fights back, I could lose citizens. But here they can't see them because they're down a block, and there's a block high on the edge. So yeah, the citizens won't bother them. And so I could raise chickens and collect eggs all I want. So seeing that item in Battlesay's video is super helpful here. I don't have to worry about very much for my chicken and eggs anymore. I used to have chickens held in place by water while they're making eggs, and the eggs are being collected by hoppers, and then I'd have to go and all the way out there and collect them, and I really didn't like doing that. So here it's not too bad. I send a clone in, like so. Watch this. Taneth, you're good at this. Guard position off, wander on, and go pick up my items. Hey, where are you going? No, 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 no. Who was the idiot that clicked wander? Get. There are items in there. Go get them. Go get them. Oh, you see them now. Yeah, jump. wants him. He's so shy. He appears behind me when I click for him, so that'll drop him in there. There you go. Oh, the snow interferes. I see. Well, that's why I wanted to wander on, is because the snow interferes with the detection of items. So that will, the wander might help me pick up stuff. Anyway, so that's pretty much my world, and I just wanted to show it off a bit. I like the work that I've done around the house, concentrating on the house. But I will go out to my other location and pick up some more dung to bring back here so I could do some tanning and that. But until then, we'll catch up with you another time. Okay? And we're going to stop the recording now.